Hello and welcome to Odds on Ligue and Matchday 2. We have our French wizard, Alain Valnegri. We saw a lot of goals in the first match day. Only one game was not both teams to score, and this was PSG against Lorient. How are you, Alain?
Yes, hello, Edu. Hello, everybody. Yes, it was the biggest surprise about the first journey. Is one of the question of this season. What is the project? What is the level of PSG, and how can we finish the market? Because we know the sensible theme about Kylian Mbappé, and we will be fixed at the beginning of September.
One important topic is also how many rooms does the Neymar's mansion in Arabia have? 24, 25, how big is the pool? But Neymar is history of Ligue 1. He's not there anymore. And we have to talk about Olympique Marseille out of the Champions League. And this is a big topic that we are going to talk about in a minute. In the meantime, of course, don't forget to ask any questions to Alain Valnegri. Leave your tips, your comments, and of course, press the like and subscribe. And now let's go on with the show. And also remember that this season we have a special offer with 1xBet exclusive for Oddspedia. So 30% extra for your welcome bonus of 130%. Use the promo code Oddspedia YouTube when you click on the registration button, or you have the link in the description. Well, Alain, I said that we have to talk about Olympique Marseille, and the first game is indeed Olympique Marseille going to Metz. Metz, they were thrashed 5-1 in their comeback to the Ligue 1, but we have to talk again about Marseille out of the Champions League against Panathinaikos. They had a lot of chances at the end. Panathinaikos scored in the very last minute, and they are out in the penalty shootout. What this means to Marcelino's project? This is starting the season in a completely negative way.
Yes, it was the first goal to the season to qualify to access the Champions League group phase. But in the content, I think Olympique Marseille, very good game. We can say there was unlucky in this game. The content was better than the first game in the Ligue 1 against Reims, when they suffered a lot to win the game. Now, Olympique Marseille changed a lot of players this season, changed the manager, changed the system, changed the model of play. And that one, when you play a playoff in Champions at the middle of August, it's difficult to have the best version. And I think they suffer that. Now the objective is the Europa League, but is Ligue 1. In Ligue 1, must to be ambitious, because we know the new project of Paris Saint-Germain. Respect to the last season, I think is a team with less powder, and Marseille maybe can compete for the title. The reaction must to be immediately. Metz, I think the score is a little lying, because they compete really well in the first half. They found the goal to draw the game at the end of the first half, and I think Metz is this version we see this season, maybe with some limit in defensive phase, but in offensive phase they have powder. We saw that in Ligue 2 last season. I don't see Marseille with a really strong defense from the beginning of the season. In every official game they received a goal. For that, I choose both teams to score odds 1.70.
Okay, both teams to score is your bet. Marseille to win and over 1.5. For instance, for Benjamin, Marseille to win, pays even better than the both teams to score. Or basically the same, actually, 1.78, 1.8, depends on where you look at. Idris let down from the Maxel tie against Panathinaikos. I guess we are all a bit disappointed, and also is a step backward again for Ligue 1. They are always losing a team in the knockout stages before going into the group stage. In the Champions League, last season was Monaco. This season has been Olympique Marseille. Well, next game, another big club in France, Lyon. Montpellier also a bit disappointed by the first game of Lyon away. Last season, we know that they had a lot of troubles. They had 8 defeats playing away, and the first away game this season, they lost it in Strasbourg. They also had a horrible pre-season, so they really need the 3 points here against Montpellier, that they suffered the draw in the very last minute against Le Havre, and as you predicted and as we saw last season, still with a lot of goals in Montpellier games.
Yes, I think the tendency will be follow that line with Montpellier. We saw a really good first game in Ligue 1 for Adams, the Nigerian striker. Can be dominant this season. There will be Luz Wai, Montpellier, and I think they found a really good substitute. The team are not so different respect to the last season. Is a team with a lot of powder in offensive phase, but in defensive we saw some limit. Now, what about Lyon? We predicted the game in Strasbourg. Lyon are in very bad moment in the results, with the board, a lot of doubt about the ambition of the project, but Lyon must to have a reaction. Lyon is one of the best academy in France. Every season we saw a new player from the academy, and that one for Laurent Blanc is the best things, is the best support to try to go back to Europe, because Lyon last season they finished well, but they start really bad, and Lyon without Europe in the 21st century is something strange, because we have the habits to see Lyon in Champions League, in Champions or in Europa League. Now for this game, I think Lyon will be start really fast with a lot of intensity. There will be found the goal in the first 15 minutes. I take a risk, because we must to take a risk sometimes. I choose over 1.25 goals in the first half. With 1 goal score, we have the money back. The odds are 2.04.
Okay, most of the people here are going for the goals market, actually. Over 2.5 goals for Benjamin, for Ian, for Millie, perhaps both teams to score. Joseph was disappointed, as many people, by Lyon in the first match day. And we have Alexander telling you that you are the GOAT, Alain. Not Messi, but you are the GOAT.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will put me a mask of the GOAT the next time.
Well, the GOAT of Ligue 1 is Mbappé. Let's see if he's starting. The next game that we are going to analyze is Toulouse PSG. He's back training with his teammates, with PSG. Another story in this never-ending story of Mbappé and PSG and renewing the contract. What is history in this case is Neymar. He's gone. And PSG, they have to improve, of course. A goalless draw against Lorient in the first game with Luis Enrique in charge. We saw a trio with Gonzalo Ramos, Kang In Lee, and Marco Asensio, totally different from Mbappé, Neymar, and Messi that we saw last season. And they are going to Toulouse. Last season, this was a tough stadium to get the 3 points, and they won the first game against Nantes with a goal scored by Nicolaisen in the very last minute, or in the extra time. I guess PSG should bounce back, but let's see, because Luis Enrique is breaking records, but passing records. No, was more than 1,000 passes or something like this. I had nightmares when I saw the record because it reminded me to the World Cup against Morocco, Spain-Morocco.
Yes, but Toulouse changed his midfield. They changed the midfield, changed the manager. They won first game after they put down in the score. They have the mentality to have a reaction and won in Nantes. Nantes is one of the worst team actually in Ligue 1, but Toulouse deserved to win this game. PSG suffer the communication about about the club because every day we have some news. It's a chaos. It's a chaos, and it's difficult to work with that condition. He must some players must to adapt to the Ligue 1. Ugarte, the same Skriniar, who is not. He doesn't have the habit to play with a four defense structure. Lucas Hernandez. Now we have a lot of doubt. Maybe in 3 or 4 weeks, PSG can be play the football who want Luis Enrique. Now is a little soon. I think Toulouse can be make a problem to the PSG because PSG is a team want the possession, play with the line really high in the field, and Toulouse in transition is really fast and really dangerous. I choose the surprise for this game. The double opportunity is the odds is interesting. 1x odds 2.23.
Wow, surprise here. Our audience is going for PSG to win, but last season I remember you were correct a lot of times when PSG was playing away to tip the double chance for the home team because they lost a lot of points playing away. Let's see if they can have more danger up front instead of so many passes, Luis Enrique style, at least with the Spanish national team. And you mentioned one of the worst teams in Ligue 1, Nantes. They lost to Toulouse, and now they are going to Lille, bad stadium, actually, to get points. I guess the draw in Nice was not a bad result for Lille, and we should expect them to win easily, no? Probably against Nantes.
Normally, yes. When we check and we analyze the state of form about both teams, yes, Lille is really better now. Now, in the Nantes doesn't win a game against Lille since 2015. 11 games without winning against Lille, and the moment is really delicate for Nantes. In the market, we don't saw a Nantes really active. They lose his best player, in my opinion, like Ludovic Blas, Girotto, leave. He was the tower of control in defense. Lafont was injured against Toulouse. There have an accumulation of problem in Nantes. Said us Nantes will be fighting against relegation another time this season. At this moment, maybe the things can change, but I am really pessimist for Nantes. Lille at home last year they do a really good average. Lille catch the Europe spot because the average of point at home really high, and I think the things will change. The structure is the same. We see a good game in Nice about the team of Paulo Fonseca. And normally, the last season, Lille start really fast with a lot of intensity when they play at home. When we watch the defense of Nantes the last Sunday, we can try Lille score in both half, odds 2.22.
Well, Lille was the third best team playing at home last season with only 2 defeats. Lille to score in both halves. Minley or Idris, Lille and goals is also another option to try to get good odds for this game. Then Le Havre Brest is our next game. Le Havre in their comeback to Ligue 1, they got a point against Montpellier, and the biggest surprise of the first match day, apart from the PSG Lorient, that probably is the main one, the other one was the victory for Brest over Lens, especially because they were 2-0 down. The odds for Brest to win that game was 4.4, Alain.
Yes, we predict that the Lens have problem, and Brest deserve, because they have ambition. After the 2 goals of Lens, they have the ambition to search a positive results, and at the end of the game, they found the 3rd goal and they won the game. Now Brest away last season, a lot of problem, especially with the goals. The average of goals score was really poor for Brest when they play away. The average of goal for Le Havre in Ligue 2 at home was poor too. Le Havre catch the promotion because they have a really strong defense, and when they must to attack a low block, they have some problem of with fantasy, with generate occasion, and that one can be a limit for Le Havre this season, especially when they play at home. We saw in Montpellier they can attack in transition, in counter attack, and the team felt comfortable and catch a good draw in Montpellier in the first game. Respect to the statistic about last season, I choose an under 2.5 goals for that game. Odds 1.74.
Not many goals. We have Eugene, who lost his bet on Montpellier to win because Le Havre was good in the first game, coming back to Ligue 1. Next game, Lorient, Nice, both drew in the first match day. Lorient, as we commented, in the Parc des Princes. Nice at home against Lille was Laborde, the one who scored the first goal, and Nice is still very favorite to win this game. Alain, odds are 2.3. Last season, actually, Nice was a good away team. They were 5th in the away standings.
Yes, especially when Digard arrived in the bench, and it was the best part of Nice last season was when they played away. Now with Farioli in the bench, the model of play changed. We saw against Lille a team without the idea of Farioli. They played a lot of time with the low block. Farioli after the game said, "It's not our plan. We doesn't want to play with a low block like this." Lorient is a team really with a lot of powder, especially when they can found space. And I think Lorient in the last game in Paris showed some skill in defensive phase, really interesting. Lebris changed the system respect to the last season. They play with a 3 center back, and they have a lot of density in the center of the field, and that one maybe for Nice can be a limit. They must to attack to the wing, and that one bring me to choose a prediction for the corner over 8.5 corners, odds 1.63.
All right, going for the corner market. In this case, 2 teams that drew in the first match day, Lorient and Nice. Next game is Reims, Clermont. Both lost and both took the lead, but finally lost. Reims at the Velodrome with Ito scoring the first goal. Clermont against Monaco, and the bookies tell us that Reims should win this game. Very favorite, very favorite, 1.8.
Yes. In respect to the content about the first journey, is we can have the first question is Gastien changed something with Clermont, respect to the last season, because last season Clermont was really strong without the ball. They learned to play without the ball, because 2 years ago it was a play with a clear idea, with dominate the possession of the ball against the biggest team. We saw a Lorient with a lot of Clermont with a lot of personality. Last season he balanced. He found a balance. Without the ball, the team was really strong against the biggest team, or against the team who play really offensive. And against Monaco, we don't saw that. We saw a lot of mistake without the possession. In change, Reims do a very good game in Marseille. Reims are clear idea. Reims lost Balogun, and that one I think it can be a fact who still must to find solution fast. But I think I am positive with still. I think still have a plan to beat Clermont, and I choose the victory of Reims, odds 1.89.
Eugene is going for both teams to score for this game. Both teams actually, well, in the last match day, in the first one, all games were both teams to score apart from the PSG, Lorient, and Hello Pike from Uganda. Two more games. Alain, Monaco Strasbourg is the next one, a good one, because both won in the first match day with a lot of goals in case of the Monaco game, especially with one of my favorite strikers, Wissam Ben Yedder, scoring a brace, and Strasbourg, as we were saying last season, usually historically they are very strong at La Menon. Last season they were a bit weak, we have to say, when they were playing at home, but this time they were able to beat Lyon in the first match day.
But Strasbourg is one of the most exciting projects this season in Ligue, with the collaboration is a Chelsea team, is second team of Chelsea, and really interesting young player arrive in Strasbourg. Patrick Vieira is back to the Ligue in the first game against Lyon. We saw again this Strasbourg with this verticality, with direct play, really offensive, and with a lot of energy. And the team, I think Patrick Vieira work really well in the head of the player. They have a really good summer with good friendly game, and they're confirmed against Lyon this state of form. Now Monaco is a direct play team too. We saw Monaco with a wonderful Wonderson in the wing. Ben Yedder, we know really well him. He don't need a lot of occasion to score. I see a lot of goals in that game, and I take a risk over 3.75 games, odds 3.10.
Wow, that's a lot of goals for this game, but we saw 6 in Monaco Clermont, and we saw 3 in the Lyon Strasbourg, with Patrick Vieira, as you said, after being in charge of Crystal Palace in the Premier League, back to Ligue and in charge of Strasbourg. And the last game this match day is Lens Rennes, two teams that are very strong at home, or at least they were the best two teams at home last season. But as we said at the beginning, Lens started the season with a defeat in Brest, despite leading 2-0, and Rennes was the opposite. They thrashed 5-1 Metz, with Ibrahim Salah as one of the top scorers so far in the competitions. How do you see this game, Alain? The odds for Lens actually to win is 2.45, but you told me that you see problems in Lens.
Yes, the problem is they lose Fofana and in the midfield, and that one have a clear influence for the team. And in attack, I don't believe in Sotoka can have the same average of goal of Openda. Openda was brilliant the last season. He left to sign for Leipzig, and they don't replace both players. And that one with the champions is coming in September for Lens. It can be a big problem. It can be a big problem. I am curious if the market can bring some players, especially a striker and a midfield to replace Seko Fofana and Luis Openda. Now with Rennes, when do you see Rennes play at home? You say this team can be qualified for Champions League. But when do you watch the game play away? Last season, I think they finished 10th or 9th in the classification
12th.
of the
12th.
Yeah,
in the 12th spot.
Yes, in 12. Really bad game. A lot of bad game. They missed the aggressivity. They loses football when they play outside of Bretagne. Lens must to have a reaction. Lens must to confirm the last season, especially the game at home. I think the victory of Lens is really dangerous. The odds. For a reason, I choose over 2.75 goals. Odds 1.95.
Goals again. 𝐿𝐭𝐿𝐲𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜𝐿 told us that this is gonna be both teams to score for sure. Rennes lost 8 games away last season and only won 6. This is very poor for a team that should try to get into the European spots, perhaps even challenge for the Champions League spots. Well, this is it. Alain, before we go with your safe bet, just remember that you can take advantage of this great offer with 1xBet, welcome bonus up to 130%. Use our promo code Oddspedia YouTube or just click in the description below. By the way, I liked a lot the video of Ligue 1 that they released with the referee talking with the VAR, how the footballer spoke with the referee. I don't know if you saw the video, Alain, but it was very good actually for Ligue 1. We learned a lot how VAR room communicated with the referee. Let's see if we can see it in other competitions. And apart from this, let's see your safe bet, Alain Valnegri.
My safe bet, Monaco Strasbourg over 1.75 goals, odds 1.25.
And Alain was correct in his previous safe bet, also going for goals and Strasbourg. And your ACCA?
ACCA, Metz, Olympique Marseille, both teams to score. Toulouse, PSG over 8.5 corner. Reims, Clermont over 1.75 goals. Monaco Strasbourg over 2.75 goals for a total 8.20.
You are generous, eh? This season you've started generous. 𝐿𝐿𝐲𝐧𝐧𝐞𝐜 is asking you, how many ACCAs did you get last season? I don't know if you counted them, Alain, but there were quite a few, actually.
I don't remember. The most important is give the best information, the best analysis, and present the game. After everybody is free to choose to follow my ACCA or build our ACCA.
Exactly. Well, thank you, Alain. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Just remember to press the like if you enjoy our videos, subscribe, and check our channel. We have videos for the top 5 leagues in Europe, so don't miss any video, and see you next week. Alain, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.